guys, my name's Abby Brown and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about schizoaffective disorder. I've had mental illness since I was 11 and I've been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder for about 2 years now. Before that, they had me just diagnosed as bipolar. I've been doing really good. I'm as stable as I've ever been, and when my meds are right, schizoaffective disorder is really easy to handle as long as I take my meds and I get my shot. So what I'm on is I take Haldol, Vraylar, Visceral, and Topermate. And I also get a shot of Haldol once a month, 100 milligrams. But when my medicine isn't right or whenever I stop taking it, schizoaffective is a really scary illness. When they first told me I was bipolar, I was 11 and I was like, what the hell? I'm just getting bullied at school. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But like as time progressed, it started to make more sense. At first I didn't really believe it because like I was just cutting myself over a breakup. So I was like, this is stupid. Why are you giving me medicine? I'm just hurting myself, like acting out. Like, this is dumb. I don't need medicine. Like, what are you talking about? You're just fucking up my brain. But like, I had my first big manic episode and like I completely lost my mind in 2012. And whenever it was 2012, I was living in Pittsburgh. I was going to school out there and I had got committed. I had to leave school. And I remember back then I was dating this little emo boy named Carl. And I remember like whenever you're manic and like you're going through psychosis or like a manic stage, you don't need to sleep. Like, you can't sleep. So I would go to school during the day and all night I would just hang out with him. And like I was completely like spiraling out of control. And I wasn't sleeping at all for like weeks. And so whenever I got committed, they told me that my organs were shutting down because I hadn't slept for so long. But I told my mom that because I was completely out of it. But I was committed to this place out in State College called the Meadows, and I was there over Easter. But I remember whenever I was hanging out with Carl the one time, he asked me if I would rather be crucified on a cross or a pentagram, and that scared me pretty bad, especially since I was kind of like out of my mind. So I remember whenever I was in the Meadows, my parents came to visit me around Easter because this place was pretty far away, so my parents couldn't visit me every day. And one of the patients told my dad that she got raped there, so they tried to take me home. And she didn't really get raped there. She was just crazy. And my parents told me that they were going to take me home, but I thought they were going to take me to crucify me because what Carl said. So, I wouldn't go with them. And I remember that night, I got this roommate named Helen. And whenever you have schizoaffective disorder, your brain kind of makes like weird connections that don't make any sense to anybody else but you. So I thought Helen Keller. And then my brain clicked to like Helen Killer. And I thought that Helen Killer was going to crucify me. So, like, I didn't sleep all night, and I felt like I was, like, paralyzed. It was the scariest thing ever. I thought I was going to get crucified on Easter, and it was really scary. Well, my delusions were, like, the scariest thing ever, but now I don't have them anymore. But, like, whenever I don't take my medicine, it's, like, the scariest thing ever. This last time, 2018, whenever I got really sick, I thought that my mom was the Antichrist, and it was just like terrifying. Like, I was legit scared of my mom. Like, it was awful. Like, it was scary. And before they got my medicine right, I always thought that people were watching me. Like, it was really scary. I thought that there were cameras on me and it was really intense. Like, I don't know how I lived like that. And whenever like I would talk to somebody about something important, I would always turn off my phone and like hide it underneath my bed because I thought that people could like hear me through my phone. And I don't know, like I would watch what I would say, and I was always freaked out about stuff. I was always really paranoid, and I thought that like the traffic lights would communicate with me. It was really intense. It's so nice now to be on the right medicine and not have that kind of paranoia and fear. Jesus definitely helped me through my illness. Like, I wouldn't have gotten better if it wasn't for him and believing in him and like having the strength from him to get through it. Definitely, like, I definitely give like him credit for me getting through this horrible illness for sure. Because like when I don't take my medicine, I can't function. Like I resort back to this childlike state. Like it's like I can't fall asleep by myself. Like I can't be by myself because I'm not scared. Like one of my parents has to literally lay in my bed with me and fall asleep with me. Like I get scared, like I scream, I cry, I forget to shower. Like I need reminded to do stuff. I need reminded to eat. Like I forget to eat. I can't be by myself. I definitely can't work. I can't do anything. Like, it's crippling. Like, it's a horrible illness. Definitely the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life was getting committed for 7 months. Yeah, that was definitely the worst thing that ever happened to me. That place was filthy, and I wanted to come home, and it was just absolutely the worst thing that ever happened to me. That was miserable, and I pray to God that never happens to me again. That was absolutely awful. Last time I got really sick, 2018, I didn't want to take my clothes off for the strip search because I thought that it meant I was being a whore and being bad for Jesus. And like I was trying to not be a whore anymore because like whenever you get manic and like things like that, you get really sexually impulsive. So like I've had a lot of sexual partners and I felt really bad about it. So like I was in a repentance stage. So I was trying really hard to be better. So I felt really bad about taking my clothes off for the strip search, so I wouldn't. So for every time I was in the hospital in 2018, they had to shoot me with Haldol to get me to take my clothes off for the strip search. And it was awful because that blacks you out and it was just miserable. And yeah, like guards come in and hold you down and they shoot you with it, and then they take your clothes off and you black out, and then you wake up and you don't know where you are, and it's pretty scary. And like I used to think that the TV could talk to me too. Like I thought that the like celebrities all knew who I was, and I thought they would like communicate with me. It was so weird. And I used to think that they would make commercials about me. But yeah, that's just a little bit about my schizoaffective disorder. I'm completely stable now. I don't have any delusions or anything like that. I've never had any hallucinations. Um, but yeah, that's just a little bit about it. Whenever I don't take my medicine, things get really intense, but I'm definitely medicated now. And it's really, really good. I don't have any symptoms at all. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Much love.